is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners, shout out to the point of view crew, and trip on this. If we're talking about Orange County skinheads, the bell that rings the loudest is going to be P9. And they earned that reputation. Every single one of those dudes I've ever met has been all the way down and all the way with the business. But wait a minute. There's another crew. There's another clique in Orange County. I think I've met more of these dudes during time, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. I am implying that they are deep. They have the numbers, and they're with the business as well. Homeboy, every one of these dudes I've ever met has been vicious, and that's OCS, Orange County Skinheads. I met a grip of them in the pen, homeboy, and those dudes, homeboy, they're all the way with the business. Those dudes know how to program. They have a good style about themselves. They know what's up with their culture. They know what's up with their roots. And let me just tell you a few stories. Now, this one dude handled some stuff on the streets, which is in and of itself is pretty rare because these days things never really get handled on the streets. If you're kind of paying attention to the news, the kind of like what's trending, 6ix9ine got hands put on him after 2 years. And you know what he did 2 years ago? He did all kinds of finger pointing, he's bad, you know, the rat, the snitch. Then he came out and did a music video bragging about it where he wore like a big rat's head and stuff. He's rubbing people's faces. It's all out and about. Eventually caught up with them. Caught up with them, bro. But it took a long time because people don't usually handle things on the streets. It's just the way it is. So, but this dude handled it, homeboy. Some stuff. Some people did something foul. This dude did something that he felt was foul. And he went over there with his crew of homeboys to a party he was at, confronted him in the bathroom, and had a gardening tool. So, when he hit him 5 times, 5 strikes with his tool wasn't 5 times now, was it? It was 20. 20 actual with 5 strikes. It's based on the claws coming out of the homeboy multiplication. We'll tell you that. GTA, he got that ass, bro. Got that ass. And he got busted for it. They wanted him to say who was a driver, who was there with them. He didn't give up nada. No information. He went and did his time. I met him at Wasco reception. Heard about the whole thing. Read the police report. And the best part about this dude is how he handled himself once he got to prison. Because let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. When they first start integrating, no. Before they start integrating protected custody, SMY and GP, before they start doing the 50-50 yards and trying to integrate everybody, they didn't just do it overnight. They just didn't do it out of the blue. There was like a precursor, for lack of a better word. They flirted with the idea. And one of the first yards for them to kind of flirt with this idea a little bit, shake up the program to see how the inmates would respond, would be SAT F, yards G, and F. And trip on the juxtaposition, because one of the most hardcore active yards in the state of California is SAT F, New Corcoran, level 4, 180. And one of the softest yards in the state of California would be SAT F, New Corcoran, G and F. G and F yard has 8-man dorms, and that's the first place CDC decided to do interracial bunking. CDC is famous for only bunking whites with whites, northerners with northerners, black with blacks. That's going to be your cellie, your race. When you get to dorm, that's going to be your bunkie, your race. That's how it is. Even my county jail does it. They fashioned it after the CDC. And now CDC is saying, well, let's do it like this. G and F, we're just going to throw them all in there and see how they respond. Bro, some people programmed. Some people said, I'm not programming like that, homeboy. And this dude who I'm talking about with the gardening claw went to G and F, kicked up dust, didn't program. That's not heard. He was on level 4. Very active dude from OCS, homeboy. Let me tell you about this other dude. At a Cellmate D yard. OCS. Solid individual. When I moved into his cell, At the time, there was a dude there in that block who had the keys and he was leaving. So it was either that dude, my new cellie, this guy from OCS, who's going to have the keys, or it's going to be this other dude down the tier. Dude from OCS really wanted them. He was my cellie. He's telling me, Splinter, I want the keys. Nothing wrong with that other individual down the tier, but I want them. I feel like I should have them. I'm politicking for them. And I told him this, though. I said, but trip out. The big homeboys in D6, the whole at Wasco Reception, are going to want a roll call. I just heard about this in county jail on my way to Wasco Reception. My homeboys told me, hey, the dudes in D6 want a roll call from D-Yard. They've been asking about it. People are talking about it. They want a roll call, which means they want a list of everybody. D1, D2, D3, all the woods. They want like a big roll call. And I guess by and large, the roll call had been gathered. They're just trying to get it there. It's not easy to get to the hole. The cops have made it very difficult for reasons like this. Because they know we go back there to take the homeboy stuff. We go back there to give them roll calls. It's a little bit difficult, especially at this time, to even get back there. So I told my cellie from OCS, I was like, dude, you should just relinquish the keys. Let this other dude get them. And he's going to have a major headache pretty soon. And when he gets that kite talking about the homeboys want a roll call. He's going to have to figure out how to get back there to him. I could just don't even trip on him, bro. Let that be his problem. Let him get the keys. He's like, no, brother, no. I'm going to get the keys. So he wrote some kites, and he spoke for his, and he put it out there, and he put it down, and homeboy, he ended up with the keys. No sooner did he get the keys to the block, the building I was in. We're kicking back one night. He gets a kite. D6 wants a roll call. I was like, bro, I don't want to say I told you so. And he was trying to play it off, but I seen like the stress on his face. And it's like, I don't want to say I told you so, bro. Because now he does have to figure out how to get back there to him. It's on him. And dude's like walking up to someone. People don't mind putting in work. Be like, hey, we need a battery. We need a 2-on-1. Or hey, we need someone to carry one of these. But dude, when it's like, hey, we need someone to take off on a CDC officer, people are like, whoa. They start backing up like crawdads, dog. You know, when you ask them to use one of these, they'll hold it, make one, hide it. When you ask them to use it, especially get caught on purpose, purposely go to the hole with the big charge, bro, people they're not fans of it, dog. So now you have to find someone to do that, because whoever goes back to the roll call is probably going to pick up a DA referral and a shoe, dog. But that's his problem. Deal with it. He tried to hide it. I could see on his face he was a little bit stressed out. Next couple of days, he didn't really say much to me. I was like, hey, if you want to talk about it, you want to bounce some ideas off me? He's like, no, I'm going to come up with a plan. Now, while all this was going down, we got dinner one night, and sometimes the trays are stacked. Sometimes you'll take this tray and pass it off, and the cake from this tray will stick to the bottom of it. So you'll go to get this tray, and there'll be no cake. It'll mess everything up. So, one night, we're getting dinner. I go to get, my cellie gives me my tray. I'm on the top bunk. He's walking on the floor. He goes to get my tray. The cake grabs, and it falls on the ground. And he tells the cop, I don't want that tray. The cop was getting ready to give him a no cake, because the cake stuck to my tray and fell up on the ground. Cop told him, pick up the cake, it's still good. 5-second rule. Dude's like, no, I don't want this tray. I want a tray with a cake on it. And the cop's like, you're just going to pick up that cake anyway and eat it as soon as I leave. You just want 2 cakes. And the dude fucking kicked the cake out of him and just ended up getting a cake with no tray. And he was pissed off. Funny little tidbit is what I used to like to do back in the day in county jail. I would tell people, I'd say, hey, do you want my carrots? You want my carrots? And they'll be like, yeah. Everyone in there is starving Marvin. Hell yeah, I want your carrots, homeboy. So I take my tray over there to give them my carrots so they could go like this. And I take my tray and I push it onto their cake. I wouldn't ask somebody if they want my carrots unless I saw a nice, big, fluffy, sticky cake. And if I seen a big old cake, I thought I could pull it off. You want my carrots? I take my cake, my tray, stick it in the cake. After done taking my carrots, I pick up my tray, pull it away. There'd be their cake stuck underneath it. I did that a couple times. I did gobble up the cake right in front of them, kind of like a joke, but kind of like, hey, I did get some cake out of it. And of course, people get pissed off. Like this dude was pissed off at this cop. He was mad about it, dude. Mad about it. The part that pissed him off the most was when the cop said, I know you're just going to eat that cake. Pick it up, eat it as soon as I leave. You just want 2 cakes. Like, you're trying to tell me I'm going to pick up this cake that's essentially laying by the toilet? I'm going to pick that thing up off the ground and eat it. And he kicked it at him when I knew he was mad. A couple of days later, bro. Speaking of mad, I was kind of mad. Because look at the position it put me in. We'll talk about that in a second. A couple of days later, dinner time. Actually, it was like a week later. Because the cop who did the whole thing with the tray and the cake didn't work for like a week. Homeboy was quiet. He wasn't really saying much. I just figured he was stressed out. They're asking for the roll call. He ain't shot it over there yet. I'm just thinking, we'll see what happens. That cop's on with the whole cake incident. Now, how it goes, I'm sitting on the top bunk. I got my mattress rolled back. When the cops come, cell to cell, and start handing out trays, there's no sense of me and my cellie both being on the floor, both to grab our tray. I'm a big fan of just one person on the cell floor at a time, because they're small. They'll be bumping into each other. I mean, one could be on his bunk and the other one on the floor. It's better. One handle business at a time. How we would do it, how it's usually done, I'm on the top bunk. I'm up there. I have my mattress rolled back. I have my napkin, my cup, my utensils. I'm ready for dinner. Homeboy's going to stand there at the door. He gets both trays. He hands me mine, and then he takes his and sits there and eats. No sense in me grabbing mine and trying to jump up. I'm already up there. So they came. They handed out the tray. He grabbed my tray. He handed it to me. And he looked at the cop and took off on him, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Took off on him. With the roll call hooped. He's taking the roll call to the hole, homeboy. He took it upon himself. Good for him. What a solid dude. But he didn't... I wish he would let me know. Or maybe I'm glad he didn't let me know. It kind of... No one said anything like, Splinter, why didn't you have his back? Why didn't you take off on that CO2? Sometimes if your cellie does something like that, you're kind of expected to. If the cellie did... if the cop disrespected your cells for different reasons. But it was really basically... It wasn't over the cake. He didn't care about the cake. He kind of did. He needed to get that roll call back there, homeboy. He didn't tell me about it. I'm up there. I got my... At least he handed me my tray. If he didn't hand me my tray, I'd been starving because they slammed the freaking doors. No one got fed. CERT team came in. They took him out of the hole. Bro, we didn't see sunlight for a while. Bro, no one said anything to me, but I felt bad. I felt like I should jump down and help him. I guess that's pride and ego. But homeboy, he made that happen. He was kicking up some serious dust. I met a dude from OCS in Kern County Jail in pre-trial H-Pod. Dude, I've met so many dudes from all different towns, Ventura, LA, Orange County, all kinds of different people in the Kern County Jail. It's a trip. It's just like come to Bakersfield on vacation, leave on probation. There's something about, homeboy, being south and heading north, and you go through that grapevine and you come into Bakersfield, dude, and the 5-0 is just in there waiting for you, bro. People just get gaffled up from different towns, different cities, just passing through. Johnny Law, like, I don't think so. I get into pretrial, bro. There's a dude from OCS. He's there. His name's Ross. I mess with him, give him a hard time, because once I noticed that Ross wasn't even his real name, it was a nickname. And I was like, dude, what kind of nickname is Ross? Was it supposed to be like Ross the Boss? And he like shortened it to Ross. I was like, why Ross for nickname? And he's like, oh no, that's my brother's name. And I was like, even more reason not to get it. I mean, my brother's name is Dustin. I'm not going to wake up one day and be like, I'm Dustin. I mean, is your brother now? You call him up, hey Ross, check out, I'm Ross also. My brother would be pissed. I call him up, Dustin, I'm Dustin. I mean, if I would mess with him, he would mess with me. It's all good and fun, homeboy. He was a good dude. Loved having him there. He had a cellie, imagine this, from Orange County. Imagine that. 2 dudes from Orange County that just happened to be cellies, and they didn't move in together. It's like luck would have it. And this dude from Orange County, his cellie, was a youngster, a young Southsider. Just like when I got to Corcoran 3B. I go drive him up to my cell, and I look in my cell window. The homeboy Eddie Adams. What are the odds I would have a cellie just by chance with Oildale tattooed on his stomach? Oh, homeboy, I could have anybody up and down the state of California, thousands of inmates. Here I am, I got a cellie from Oildale. What are the odds? What are the odds? Ross having a younger Southsider cellie from Orange County. They programmed together, some would say a little bit too much. They kind of just kicked it together quite a bit. There wasn't a whole lot of woods there. He was only skinhead. I had a little white boy, youngster cellie. It was the first time kind of jail. I was trying to school him. I knew his brother. It was a cool little pod. Like I said, Ross always kicked it with his cellie. One day, my little youngster cellie, who I'm trying to school and show him right, teach him how to do time, he comes back from the phones. We're in pre-trial now, so it's upper and lower tier. It's like a 180 style. The phones, if you're at the phones, you're in the day room, you have a shot of all the cells. Our cell was bottom tier over here in the corner. He comes walking back to the cell from the phones, and he says, dude, the Southsiders are fighting upstairs. I was like, what? Now, I was super tempted to go look. I wanted to go see. I wanted to be like, okay, I got to go upstairs to go pass a kite. Maybe I should go to the phones and look myself. Bro, I'm nosy. I want to see who's chucking them. But I got to teach my little young homeboy the way it's supposed to go. I got to school him right. I say, it's none of our business. Just get in the cell. Don't look up there. Don't look, listen. Has nothing to do with us. So we came to our cell. We're going to play some cards. All of a sudden, I hear someone coming downstairs, kind of rough, and they come down, and it's Ross. And he's all beat up, and his shirt's kind of ripped. And I went out there, I was like, it was him that was fighting. And there's no white boys upstairs he could have been fighting. He said he saw Southsiders, and it was Ross. And I go run up to him, and he's trying to just like walk laps back and forth. And I go up to him, I go, dude, what happened, bro? Did you just get in a squabble? Did you just get down to the Southsiders? He's like, no, don't worry about it, bro, don't worry about it. I go, dude, I'm worried about it. I go, what happened, dude? What happened? He's like, hey, Splinter, Orange County's different, man. Orange County gets down different. I said, dude, you're not in Orange County. You're in Bakersfield. I go, what happened, bro? What happened? He's just trying to buck me. He don't really want it. He's like, no, not a dead issue. I said, dude, it's not a dead issue until I say it's a dead issue, dog. I go, because I have a feeling you got to fight with the Southsiders up there. If you think I'm just going to go, oh, you don't want to talk about it? Okay, cool. And go back to my cell and write some letters. Because later on down the road, probably not too long down the road, I'm going to get a kite from next door. Someone's going to ask me, Splinter, what's up with Ross fighting the Southsiders? And I can't be like, well, I don't know. Oh, did he? I know. I said you didn't want to talk about it. I heard it. Sounded brutal, but I didn't get involved. I don't, dude, it's my business, bro. What are you talking about, man? What happened? Well, come to my cell. We came over to the cell. It was me, him, and my little youngster cellie. What happened? He said, dude, my little homeboy, my little Southsider cellie, I don't think the Bakersfield Southsider car treats them all that fairly, which I thought they did. My personal opinion of that matter was that Ross and his little homeboy spent too much time together. They're the ones that secluded. Because Ross didn't even really come kick with us white boys, so we didn't really bond. They kind of like, I don't think they separated intentionally. This is OC, we're better. I think he just wanted to school his little homeboy and just kind of like, I don't know, bro. But they kind of separated. But hey, all good. It's all love. I don't like the way the Bakersfield Southsiders treat my little homeboy. One did him dirty. He supposed to draw on this card. And I seen the card. It was gotcha. The card was ugly. He misspelled dude's girlfriend's name and then tried to fix it by, making the A and H and then kind of like, it can't be fixed. The picture was ugly. It was smeared. I was like, oh, he bought this? Like, snarf, homeboy. I'd be hot as fish grease if I bought that thing. I'd feel like I got burnt. And so the little homie from Orange County bought this thing. He felt like, dang, he didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Ross got mad. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to let them disrespect you. And he went over there and just punched one, and the other Southsider punched him back. The other Southsider didn't jump in. They were in shock. They didn't really know what to do. So it was like a one-on-one, which is not allowed. Southsiders don't fight one-on-one. But, dude, be that as it may, the way the cookie crumbled, Ross, the student from OCS, ended up getting a one-on-one with the Southsider. They fought. Then he came downstairs, and he's in my cell. He's telling me all this, and I'm like, now I pride myself on being pretty politically savvy. There it is. Pretty politically savvy. I know what time it is, bro. You could bring a prison situation to me, and I think I'll be able to be like, okay, this is how it should go down. I'm pretty good at bringing things to me, or just me being an observer, or some kind of drama, and I know, because things are black and white. They have to be done a certain way. And once you've done them more than 1,000 times, you're like, I know how that should go. Homeboy. We're sitting there talking about it, and I didn't know what in the fizz to do. I was totally lost. I never been in this situation where a white boy just went and punched a Southsider and they fought one-on-one. Most of the Southsiders are out of court, especially the ones who had any kind of influence in that pod. So I said, dude, let's just kick it and wait for them dudes to get back, see what they say. We'll figure it out from there, because I don't really know what to make of the situation of what you did, bro. I have your back, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not going to let no one push up on you. If they want to start a riot, if they're mad about it, we'll take it from there. But I don't know what to do. I'm going to let them bring it to me once they find out what's up. Let's just play some pinochle. So boom, boom. Did the day hash itself out, homeboy? Southsiders came up to me and said, Splinter, there was an incident. And I said, yeah, there was an incident. And they said, okay, here's how we think it should be handled. We'll discipline our little homie, hands on, and you discipline Ross. We'll discipline ours. You discipline yours. I said, no, I was against it. Ross said, yeah, I'll take the discipline. I want to be disciplined. I said, no, dude, let's just squash it. Ross already disciplined your little homie, and I don't really think Ross should be disciplined. I really don't. I think it should be dead issue. I think it should be squashed. I just think it should be a dumb little issue, homeboy. They handled it like men. He felt disrespected. He handled it. Your homeboy fought back. He punished Ross as much as Ross punished him. Dude, they fought like men. Let's just leave everything out of it for a minute and just squash it, dog. Let's just squash it. Let's just get on with it. There's store day tomorrow. Let's go to store. Bro, let's watch some fucking Monday Night Football tonight. Let's call our old ladies, dog. Let's get ready for court. Let's get ready for laundry. Let's program, dude. Let's work out, but let's not punish our homeboys over some dumb shit. You know why I said that? You know why I really didn't want to punish Ross? I didn't have no one to send on him. I would have had to send like an old man and a youngster. Dude, he's a warrior. He's a soldier. I would not disrespect him by having to discipline him with hands-on and send some little scraggly youngster and some old man. I would only want to send some soldiers on him, homeboy, and they weren't available. Well, me, and I ain't gonna discipline him, homeboy. I mean, I'll kick back drinking out of that coffee, dog. I'm there to figure things out, not to discipline. I've been there and done that. But you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna cut the string, let it fly, and I'm gonna say yes, OCS, Orange County Skins, a solid crew of dudes. Every single one of them I've ever met has been all the way with the business. Cut the string, let it fly. Peace.